morning, everyone. My name is Brandon Taylor. I am the Digital Editorial Program Manager here at InformationWeek. And as we get closer to our May 4th launch day, excitement around our upcoming virtual event titled IT Automation in 2023, Enabling Efficiency and Innovation, presented by InformationWeek and IT Pro Today, continues to build. I can definitely promise you all that you won't want to miss this incredible event and lineup that we have planned for you all. So today I'm sitting down with Sidney Madison Prescott, and she is the former Global Head of Intelligent Automation at Spotify. And Sidney will be our featured keynote speaker presenting during our session titled Move Over RPA, Are You Ready for RDA? And so I would like to welcome everyone to our speaker spotlight conversation. This is a space where we'll allow our featured keynote speakers to introduce themselves and also give us a small preview of what to expect during our virtual event next month. And so, Sidney, just to jump right in, would you mind to give us some insight into your extensive background and just tell us a little bit about some of the work with intelligent automation, amongst other things that you've been doing in your career up to this point?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. So I have been within I'll say the automation space, the digital transformation space for a little over 8 years. And my primary focus is really looking across different lines of business and understanding the inefficiencies that exist within business processes, and then applying a wide variety of methodologies to those challenges in order to get the business to a point where they can execute on opportunities successfully. And so typically my career has guided me within the financial kind of services industry. I've worked extensively across, all the different lines of business related to finance, so accounting, FP&A, your payroll processes that are bundled into accounting. And typically my team sits within the engineering side of the house. And so we work extensively with our business stakeholders, one, to help familiarize them with the different tools and techniques that we're going to be using. And then more importantly, to understand, again, what are those existing business challenges. I've had the pleasure of working with a lot of I would say, the Fortune 500 companies. So I've worked with Bank of New York Mellon. I have worked with Fiserv, which is the world's largest global payment provider. I've also worked with E-Trade. And then within Spotify, my work was focused on the financial engineering side of the house. And so through all of that work, it's been very much a global effort. And we focus very heavily on, I would say, the more emerging technologies in relation to intelligent automation. So not just your robotic process automation, but also machine learning models and building customized algorithms, and also chatbots and artificial intelligence. And to round that out, on the outside of my work within these different corporations as a digital transformation leader, I also am a published author of a book which is focused on robotic process automation as it relates to citizen development, which is kind of your business users that want to learn how to build very low code, no code solutions to automate their daily business tasks.
Very well said, Sidney. So in our upcoming virtual event, you'll obviously be our featured keynote speaker of the session titled Move Over RPA, Are You Ready for RDA? And so as a current RPA and AI technology course instructor and content creator at Udacity, what topic are you most excited about covering in your presentation, and why?
Great question. Definitely the importance of data, specifically as it relates to automation and transformation of existing inefficiencies. So typically, when we look at digital transformation efforts and we look at kind of robotic process automation as a whole, we look at I would say, the very granular details of a business process. And however, when we talk about efficiency and how to back into that, it makes sense to start looking at the sources of data that actually are feeding into those business processes. And this is where kind of that RDP approach comes into play, because we start looking at, okay, how does this data get transformed? How is it extracted? How is it loaded into the different systems? is that data accurate? Is it complete? Is it consistent? And through our automation combined with really, I would say, process efficiency techniques, we can start to hone in on the cleanliness of the data as a starting point for all of our automation efforts.
Well, you've served on numerous advisory boards, most recently at the Anua Academy and Indica AI. And you've also led numerous Fortune 500, or excuse me, you've also led numerous Fortune 250 intelligent automation centers of excellence in achieving seven-figure savings. What has been your favorite professional experience thus far, and why?
Definitely my experience creating and scaling the Robotic Center of Excellence at Spotify. That project was completed, it was actually started during the pandemic and completed after the pandemic. So, as you can imagine, hiring, starting to build out those business stakeholder relationships, procuring different vendor tools, building those vendor relationships during the first global pandemic most of us have experienced during our lifetime was definitely challenging. It helped me to learn a lot about building a high performing team during unforeseen events and kind of going against adversity in the environment in order to build out something that would really benefit the business in the end. And I think that effort, because it was remote, again, it was hyper focused on transformation within the finance space. It enabled me to really better understand what challenges you can navigate and still come out on the other side of as a digital transformation leader.
Very well said. And one last question for you, Sidney, before we close here. What would you say is next in your career as you continue to embark on your journey?
A lot of things. So I am starting to talk with my book publisher about a second book, and that will also be about automation. So that's definitely on the forefront. I am also consulting with a large variety of firms, specific again to that kind of digital transformation, process excellence, and efficiency. And I'm also starting to work on some more, I would say, academically focused projects where I'm starting to venture into, I would say, more of the educational space and really higher education as it relates to automation. And I'm very excited about those projects because it's going to give me a chance to better understand how automation can impact our future generations in relation to education.
Sidney, I want to thank you for your time today, and we look forward to watching your keynote presentation on May the 4th, beginning at 12:15 p.m. Eastern. And Sidney's session is titled Move Over RPA. Are you ready for RDA? This keynote session will be a part of our upcoming virtual event titled IT Automation in 2023, Enabling Innovation and Efficiency, presented by InformationWeek and IT Pro Today. Our virtual event starts at 11 a.m. Eastern with a full lineup of sessions, panel speakers, and topics. Again, I can promise you all that you won't want to miss this incredible event and agenda that we have planned for our audience. Make sure to register for our live webinar at the link within the description box below this video. And again, my name is Brandon Taylor for Information Week, and this has been our Speaker Spotlight with Sidney Madison Prescott. Thank you all.